एक्सीडेंट रीजंस में भी डिफरेंट, यहाँ रीजन है अवर थॉट्स. सो वी हैव टू वर्क एट अवर थॉट्स लेवल. Many of you must have heard, I mean, birthday, how many thoughts we generate? एक दिन में कितने विचार आते हैं?
60,000.
हाँ, 30,000 to 60,000. और उसमें से 90% इज रिपीटेशन. आज जो सोचा वो 90% कल भी वही सोचते है ना. 10% ही नए थॉट्स होते. तो इतने सारे थॉट्स हैं, एंड ईच थॉट इज अ लिविंग एंटिटी. डोंट टेक थॉट्स कैजुअली. सिंपल कि भी रास्ते में सपोज पत्थर पड़े हैं, तो हम कैसे भी चलेंगे, ठोकर लगेगी तो कोई बात नहीं, पत्थर है तो डेड है. लेकिन रास्ते में छोटे छोटे पपीज खेल रहे हैं तो क्या करेंगे? क्या करेंगे? No, be careful because no, they are living entities. Similarly, each thought is a living entity. उसको casually नहीं लेना. And each thought has a power. Now, how much power that thought will have depends on कितना relax way में आप उसके बारे में सोचते हैं. जल्दी जल्दी सोचेंगे तो पावर कम हो जाता है. When you are relaxed, वो thought slow है तो उसमें पावर ज्यादा है. Like no, when that frequency is less, amplitude is more. तो इसलिए एक तो बोलेंगे शांति से सोचो, है ना, रिलैक्स वे में सोचो. And another thing it is said, थोड़ा बहुत डिफिकल्ट चीज अभी आपको बोल रहा हूँ. I will show you also how to do. They say the actual power is in the gap between the thoughts. Thoughts may be power. So far what has been taught to us is right. That think positive. No? Positive thoughts have a power. If you could focus on one thought, there is a power. As I said, relax वे में सोचेंगे तो उसमें पावर है. लेकिन सबसे ज्यादा पावर जो है, that is in the gap between the thoughts. वो गैप हम लाने ही नहीं देते. हाँ, सब मुझे सुन रहे हैं? हाँ, या यहाँ थाना में चक्कर लगा है. एक शिक्षक ने विद्यार्थियों को पूछा कि सत्य और भ्रम में क्या फर्क होता है. तो एक लड़का कुर्सी से कूद पड़ा. कहते सर आप बोल रहे हैं वो सत्य है, और आप समझो कि हम सुन रहे हैं तो आपका भ्रम है. मेरा भ्रम तो नहीं ना, हाई डोज तो नहीं मिल रहा है. ऐसा तो नहीं. हम तो सिंपल सी बातें सुनने के लिए आए थे, बहुत मुश्किल काम बोल. ओके. So the whole point is, पहले तो ये कि रिलैक्स सोचो, पॉजिटिव सोचो. A lot can be said about it. If you read my books also, no, they are full of examples. But still it doesn't work. No, being in clinical practice, no, I will meet patients every day in and day out. तो फिर ना वो समझ में आता है कि क्या हो रहा है. एक पेशेंट को काउंसलिंग का सेशन दिया, he came after 10 days, तो क्या चेंज हुआ? तो हम कितने भी एग्जाम्पल दे तो चेंज नहीं होता है. Because no, they have their own logic. जैसे ना किसी को कुछ छोटा मोटा प्रॉब्लम है, वो पर्सन बहुत डिप्रेस्ड है. हमारे स्वामी गिरीश भाई भी बता देंगे. स्वामी भाई वो निक का वीडियो है, which is very famous now. Was born without limbs. Now so he is graduated. He has written a book. His wife is so beautiful. Doubt. आश्चर्य लगता है कि बंदे के हाथ पैर नहीं, लड़की ने कैसे मैरिज की. No, she said love at first sight. तो उसका एग्जांपल हम देते हैं कि देखो उसके हाथ पैर ही नहीं है तो भी बंदा सब कर रहा है। वो पूरा वीडियो देखने के बाद लोग क्या बोलते हैं मालूम है? हाँ, उसका प्रॉब्लम अलग है, मेरा अलग है। मेरा तो इसके साथ कंपेयर, मेरा तो बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम। तो इट इज वेरी स्मॉल प्रॉब्लम कि भी बिजनेस में अप्स एंड डाउन्स आ रहे, छोटा सा प्रॉब्लम है। Don't do this. Think that we are all unique individuals. Even our problems are unique. Our opportunities are unique. Your weaknesses are unique. Your strengths are unique. है ना? सब कुछ हमारा यूनिक। हमको किसी के भी साथ कंपेयर नहीं करना। और दूसरा कि अगर पॉजिटिव, कई लोग तो भी पॉजिटिव नहीं सोच सकते। So you know this, I have seen no practical, not only giving you some outside examples. In my life also I have seen. Sometimes when problem arises, तो हमको लगता है कि बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है। But later on there can be a great advantage out of it. You might have heard my thing, becoming bald. I said, बाल उड़ गए तो I started looking senior. फायदा हुआ, बहुतों ने सुना है। I will tell you recent example. Like still where my clinic is, it's a residential area, and it's a Supreme Court judgment also. The doctor can practice in residence, and in my society also everybody knew. But they did a trick. Once they called me and said कि डॉक्टर प्रॉब्लम होता है। I said ज़्यादा लोगों को प्रॉब्लम नहीं होता, एक दो लोग ही है ना, कि जो लोग कुछ छोटी बात को बड़ी बना रहे हैं। तो I said कि if more than 50% says कि हमको प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, I will change the place. Although it was a learning experience, but they did a trick. सबको जाके पहले ही बोल दिया, घर घर जाके कैनवासिंग किया गया कि दिस पॉइंट विल बी देयर इन एजी। तो आप लोग यही बोलना कि बे यहाँ टेक्निक नहीं चलाओ, है ना। सो आई वाज कॉट एंड देन आई स्टार्टेड सर्चिंग। यू नो, बिलीव मी, नाउ दिस व्हिच आई गॉट इज 10 times बेटर देन दैट प्लेस। बहुत कुछ और भी अच्छे हैं, तो टाइम नहीं है हमारे पास। हाँ, वो सारे प्रोसेस में many no other thing happens. I wanted to start a hospital also, a rehab center. तो प्रोसेस में वो भी मालूम पड़ गया, है ना, ऐसा सिनेरियो क्रिएट हुआ कि now it's very easy to start a rehab center. So the whole point is, many a time in stress, जो भी your problems are different. Suppose boss difficult है, बच्चों को कोई बीमारी हो गई, है ना, जॉब चला गया, somebody is not facing divorce or whatever, but have that belief system. It is said हर दिए तले अंधियारा होता है, हर अंधियारी रात के बाद जाला होता है। तनाव में आ जाते हैं लोग मुसीबत को देखकर, पर हर मुसीबत के बाद सुख का डेरा होता है। समझ गए कि मुसीबत आई तो भी सुख आने वाला। You know, technically also it is true. Before the dawn, temperature is lowest. No, it is darkest. So when you see dark days in your life, when your state of mind is very low, sure that now the rays of sun are going to be there, now the brightness is going to start, something like it's an indication. Only thing we have to search. Now the whole problem, there is a whole what is called therapy known as CBT. It's a cognitive behavior therapy. Now big name for a very small thing. CBT means think in a right way. पॉजिटिव नहीं सोच सकते, कोई बात नहीं, जो जैसा है वैसा ही देखो। describe different ways in which we tend to do wrong thing. उसमें एक वे है जिसको बोला है फ्लाई मेंटालिटी। यहाँ मिठाई रखी हो और गंदगी रखी हो, हाँ, तो मक्खी कहाँ बैठेगी? हाँ, गंदगी पे बैठेगी शायद। तो ऐसे हम in our life also there are even sweet things as well as there are some problems. But many of us know that personality. We might have that sort of a habit that no, जो negative है उसको पकड़ना है. One patient came to me. He said, "Doctor साहब 6 साल से नींद नहीं आई. I am suffering so much that for 6 months I am not sleeping." I said, "आज तुम सो जाओ." फिर दूसरे दिन उसका फोन आया, बोलते डॉक्टर साहब नींद तो आई लेकिन सपने आए। क्या था? क्योंकि नींद आई उसका आनंद नहीं है। 6 साल से सोए नहीं थे, भैया सो गए ना, तो खुश हो जाओ कि मैं सो गया, है ना। कभी सपने आए वो डिफरेंट इश्यू, उसको भी खत्म करेंगे। सो लाइक दैट जीवन में भी अपने को अच्छा ही पकड़ना और कुछ ना कुछ अच्छा, तो इट्स इम्पॉसिबल कि कुछ अच्छा ना हो रहा है, राइट। तो वो थॉट्स को, लॉट कैन बी सेड अगेन दैट वी नीड टू मैनेज अवर थॉट्स। जैसे सोच को बदलिए सितारे बदल जाएंगे, नजर को बदलिए नजारे बदल जाएंगे, कश्तियों को बदलने की जरूरत नहीं, सिर्फ दिशाएं बदलिए किनारे खुद व खुद मिल जाएंगे। बस आज इतना सिर्फ करना कि हमको सोचने की दिशा बदलनी है। Another important aspect is ये सब प्रॉब्लम तो आएंगे। तो मैराथन ऑफ लाइफ में जैसे बोला प्रॉब्लम आए, आपने भी कहा चलो ठीक है हर्डल रेस है, रुक गए, लेकिन रुके कैसे? If thoughts stop नहीं होते, तो it's a very good technique. Everybody will like. हाँ, बोलने में तेज कौन है? Anybody good in talking? Nobody. Okay, come here. No, nothing. You will learn. It's good. She will learn more than all of you. It's a simple C game. You will be making many statements. Something like LCD is there, AC is there, he's wearing spectacles, like that. No, you need to make full statements. And if I say Baba, you have to stop. Baba is an indication that stop. Then you have to make another statement, but that statement is cut. You cannot repeat that statement now. Now you have to make another statement, whatever you like. समझ must stop करना है। And why I like this word? Because in Marathi Baba is father, right? In Gujarati Baba is son. हाँ, वो बाबा होते हैं रामदेव बाबा, गुरु को भी बाबा बोलते हैं। And in Brahma Kumaris, no, Baba is referred to God. No, incorporeal God is being referred as a Shiv Baba. So I thought no, Baba शब्द अच्छा है. Okay, so we call it even Baba technique. When even unwanted thoughts are there, how you can stop. You got your thing? आपको स्टेटमेंट बनाना है, मैं बाबा बोलूँगा तो स्टॉप करना है, उसको रिपीट नहीं कर सकते हैं। You have to make, हाँ, you have to say then another statement. Okay, yeah, start. Baba. 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 Allah. If you would have given her time, so much time she would have made 20 statements. But because we were cutting, so no thoughts had reduced, right? When she started laughing, when we did 3-4 times, that laughter increased. Isn't it? Because you cut right. The same thing happens. Yeah, please. Now, practically when you is some very difficult issue you have to handle tomorrow. And automatically thought will come that what to do, how to manage, whom to approach, what are the different possibilities. Say for example, initially it might go something like this, that there is this difficult issue, how I will handle, I may not be able to handle Baba. So stop. If you do with more awareness, there are issues how to handle Baba. Still if you do nicely, there are different issues Baba. Still if you develop this awareness and follow the technique, there are Baba. और अच्छे से करेंगे तो before the thought comes Baba, Baba हो जाएगा. And that thought will not arise at all. Getting it? Yeah, please practice. No, it's a wonderful thing. Even I never thought that this can give such a result. In one of my seminars, a patient came who had auditory hallucinations. He was hearing voices. Even he knew that these voices are not right. But no, they are disturbing. So after 4 days he came to my clinic and he said, Doctor, that Baba technique is good. Whenever those voices were coming, I said, Baba, stop. He said, almost 40% my voices have reduced. So it's great. Even though medicines doesn't give same result. From whatever psychiatric medicine which we give, research says that approximately 40% voices will reduce. So please practice and you might get wonderful results.
Last question.
Yeah.
Are we saying that we should do this practice when you get a negative thought?
Negative thought or even undesirable thoughts also. This is a desirable thought tomorrow when you are in the office. So if you have an issue, I will tell you actually, the MD of Larsen & Toubro, he called me. Naturally, he said that you please come to my place. There are a number of diseases and my doctor said that this doctor will give you good techniques. So when I did whole relaxation, we said, Doctor, technique was good, but we have some issue. My whole team is in Delhi to resolve that issue. So when you were giving the technique, I was thinking about that issue only. So that issue is important. His whole team went there to resolve the issue, but now he was doing relaxation. Now if you would have really focused on that relaxation technique. So like that. That thought at a particular time is very good. But if it is at a wrong time, then we should use Baba technique or anything else.
So will it bring the kind of focus on what you are doing now?
Correct. Now what you are doing, it will give focus. Then your concentration also can increase. Another accident which happens in this marathon of life is because we select wrong things. I mean, one very simple exercise. Which color is dominant in this room? What's is dominant? White. But brown is also there. Brown है ना? Brown भी है बहुत जगह. Maybe white is dominant, but brown you have to search. The same way, many times, there are good things in our life, so it's okay. But when bad becomes prominent, good you have to search. And if you search, you will find lot of good things. Getting it? Just do that. Then also no problems will disappear. Another very, very important thing, if you don't meet with this sort of accidents in marathon of life, is human relations. In human relations, the very most important thing probably is appreciation. We are quick in criticizing, but very slow in appreciating. What is needed is exactly opposite. No, be quick in appreciating, and no, be very, very slow in criticizing. Sometimes you have to criticize, but there is a way, there is a whole technique. If you want to criticize, no, what are those practical steps? But it is this part of appreciation. Small things also appreciate. When Narasimha Rao, the former Prime Minister of India, he died, then people say that he was Chanakya of modern age. They said, my God, somebody should have told him before 1 month, and I guarantee that he would have lived 10 years more. But he was neglected. No, later on, nobody used to approach him. Such an intelligent person who handled the scenario, but then no, in political scenario he was left. So like that, everybody, in family, in office, wherever you go, no, appreciate. It should be no, close to reality. I go to BSS hospital twice in a week. One day, that lift man, he was really trim and slim, very good. So there was a time, by the time 7th floor comes. So I told him, wonderful, how do you maintain this sort of a figure? I am putting so much effort but still cannot reach closer to you. Maybe after 5 hours, when I was going back, he said, Sir, आपने मेरा दिन सुधार दिया. Sir, दिन, what is there? Time was up there, we might keep silently thinking of some problem. Rather, he's there. Why not appreciate? So like that, whenever this little closeness finds, take every opportunity. Only thing, it should be little bit close to reality. और बहुत ही अच्छी चीज है. ये कहा भी गया लेकिन हम करते नहीं हैं. Most of you know all this. Probably what I am saying is nothing new. But no, we don't follow. कहते कि जितना ज्यादा बोल सको थैंक यू बोलो. Say apology for such and such thing. Dr. Ashok Mehta is our managing director. One day he told me that he is sick. And then maybe after 10 minutes he came then said, oh, I am very, very sorry, apology. मैं भूल ही गया कि मैंने तुमको वहाँ बिठाया था. Naturally at the age of 78 something would happen. And I was enjoying. He said, sorry, I forgot that I made you sit here. So every small thing, you don't become smaller. बोलते ना कि thank you and sorry जितना frequently use करो आपको फायदा. It's okay? Enjoy कर रहे कि नहीं?
Yes.
Before हो रहा है. Enjoy कर रहे हैं? Okay. कभी मैराथन लाइफ में प्रॉब्लम्स आएंगे, परंतु उसे चैलेंज के रूप में लेंगे. Generally, why there is a difficulty? Because we take situations as a threat. Situations को threat के रूप में नहीं लो, उनको challenge के रूप में लो. Then your capacity can increase 10 times more. So whenever challenges are there, we all have seen. If there is a challenge, you might work say 72 hours continuously without sleep. But normally we'll say, no, I am feeling sleepy, just 1 second. Therefore, the small events which are there in life, please take just 2 minutes. Take them also as a challenge. And to take those situations as a challenge, No? Remember these 3 F. If you have something, write down also. And this again can be very, very practical. These 3 F are face it, fulfill it, and become free. Likha? Become free. Face it, fulfill it, and become free. क्या? Repeat करो. नहीं, जोर से बोलो. अभी मैं सब लोग नहीं बोले, सब बोलो. उसको फेस करना है. Then every challenge has some demands. So fulfill those demands, and if you fulfill, you are free. Then there is no, it's good. You might feel that this challenge came, it was great. Right? Yeah, what you are asking?
Going back to the earlier topic that we were discussing about appreciation, right? And you also said that criticism is equally important. In my line of work, a lot of times you have to give that a lot of the things that we do are dependent on 10 different people, right? So 10 different things can go wrong at all times. So you said that there are 5 steps to actually
how to criticize. Okay, come here. I will show you. Come. Just one. And it's very good. No? You might take just half a minute. So if you have to, sometimes we have to criticize. Then it is said that don't delay too much. Little bit is okay now. Tomorrow morning you might say. Then second is be specific. You can say that you are a wonderful manager, you are doing excellent work, but only problem is you are coming late. So first you have said those good qualities, and then this part that no, you are coming late, that way. No? Even tell person that as an individual you are excellent. No? As a person it's great. Only thing, this particular trait of yours, suppose somebody is irritable, someone is neglecting things, someone is not taking responsibility, then say, no, there are wonderful things, but only this is your weakness that you are not taking responsibility. Then person would feel that, no, she is not only telling me, otherwise what happens? You are irresponsible, you are always making mistakes. 5 बार देखा तुम कभी काम तो पूरा किया ही नहीं, दूसरे को ही करना पड़ता है तुम्हारा काम. So it's true, this fact scenario is true, but no, how we put it. Now it's very crucial. Otherwise the result is negative. When you criticize rather than some improvement, what you get is person creates wrong belief system about you. What will create distance और प्रॉब्लम होगी, फायदा नहीं होगा कुछ भी. और सचमुच फायदा करना है तो ये सब करने के बाद भी ये बोलो कि I have forgotten everything. Whatever I have told you, I am not going to remember even 1 second later. Even though you also forget, you just only remember the lessons. And then last thing is still important. Now from person to person it can be different. No, there can be some touch. You might say wonderful, you are great. No, किसके सर पे हाथ रखो, ऐसा उसको हक करो, इससे हाथ मिलाओ, something. It shows that you are friendly. You are not unhappy with the person. But पूरा step करो, you will find wonderful results. Thank you. Okay, चलो मेरा टाइम तो हो गया. Now maybe you must have picked up few good things out of what I said. To really acquire benefit out of it, there are few things. As soon as possible, write them down. Probably they are recording also. If you won't know, they might send you, so that you can repeat. ये चीजें हुई. Because what we hear, we forget. What we repeat, we can remember 50%. So just make even 4 points. These 4 points are important. I am going to repeat. What we repeat, you remember 50%. What you tell others, you remember 80%. तो क्या करना चाहिए? Now, as soon as possible, tell others. When you go home, tell your children. वो बाबा टेक्निक करा दो उनको. No, they will enjoy it. ये क्या है? When you go to office, also share with others. They will benefit somewhat, but you will benefit more. And what you practice, you remember 100%. So start practicing awareness, whatever, simple thing. And there are many other aspects like, Brahma Kumaris are centers nearby, where also free of cost those foundation courses conducted. Mutually practical practice. Going to center even for 10 minutes every day can be a wonderful idea. Because there you can practice. Many of my youth videos are there. Which even if you listen, you might get something more. I got a couple of my books also. One book is Man Ki Baat. We wrote it in 2008. Prime Minister did different. It was long back, and it is wonderful. Even I never thought. There are questions to answer of 350 questions. Short answers, related to life. There is a book on health also. If you are interested, you can see. So likewise, follow something. Today, whatever, like Girish Bhai will tell you so many good things, other speakers. At least to follow some of them regularly, at least for 8 weeks. If you follow them for 8 weeks, it will become part of your day-to-day personality. And if you feel like communicating to me, also feel free. My address cards are also there outside. If there is anything, feel free to communicate. Any of your questions and problems. Okay?
We'll have a 10 minutes break, so if you want, you can have a chat with sir. Thanks a lot, Dr. Girish Patel. Please give us. Actually, 20 minutes, but it's okay. So we'll have a break now. I request थोड़ा सा मौसम अभी बारिश नहीं आई है, so तब तक ठंडे डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करेंगे. किसी को गिरीश जी से बात करना है तो कर सकते हैं. Then we have second Girish coming in next 10 minutes. And just, it's our pleasure. I would like to take an opportunity now. We have in between us Shri M.R. Khambete sir, the president of TISA. I would just request Pita Didi. It's because of sir, every time we are able to do a program here, whenever we go to sir, he always says, yes, karo, koi acha baat hai. And this time, yesterday, our executive secretary, Mr. Eknath, was also there. He said, what arrangement you have done here? Aapne hamara hall bhi badli kar diya. So, I would like to just request Tita Ben to thanks Khambate sir with flowers, and please clap for Shri M.R. Abhi 7 minutes ka break hai. The bathroom is on the back side. We can have a